He is a fugitive, a loan defaulter and wanted in India on various charges. But if his latest statement is to be believed, Vijay Mallya has claimed that he will continue to make every effort to settle with public sector banks. Now, hinting at a witch hunt, the beleaguered liquor baron has claimed that his efforts at settling the issue have been misunderstood. He also cried foul at the criminal proceedings initiated against him by the Central Bureau of Investigation and the Enforcement Directorate in India. The 62-year-old Indian stands accused of fraudulently palming off losses from his now defunct Kingfisher Airlines onto banks by taking out loans that he had no intention of repaying. That's the latest in this case that has, of course, sparked a lot of controversy both in India and the UK. Liquor baron Vijay Mallya is offering to pay up, but of course is saying that will continue to work towards settlement. Is this a sign of Vijay Mallya feeling the heat, feeling the pressure as law catches up, is the immediate question that arises. Let's go straight across now to our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark. Mandy, you have been closely monitoring this case, the proceedings. You've been there inside court when the arguments were being heard all throughout as well. What does this latest offer by Vijay Mallya really tell you? Mandy, if my voice is going through to you?
Sorry, I just...
All right, we'll just try and reconnect that audio line with our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark. But as we get to the latest on the case where Vijay Mallya, of course, who's the beleaguered liquor baron who has been in the midst of controversy for not paying up those loans, is now offering to pay up. Is this a sign that Vijay Mallya is feeling the heat, is feeling jittery as the law is catching up, is the immediate question that arises. Remember, he is a loan defaulter and he's wanted in India on various charges. His latest statement, though, tells us that Vijay Mallya has claimed that he will continue to make every effort to settle what he owes and will continue to make those efforts. Now, he's also hinted at a witch hunt, and that's not the first time, of course, that Vijay Mallya has done so. He has now, though, hinted at efforts at settling those dues.
Well, good afternoon.
Well, if Vijay Mallya's latest statement is to be believed, he says that he will continue to make every effort to settle those dues that are pending with the public sector banks. He's claimed that his efforts at settling the issue have been misunderstood. He's also cried foul at the criminal proceedings initiated against him by the Central Bureau of Investigation and the Enforcement Directorate in India. Let's go straight across now to our London Bureau Chief, Mandy Clark, who's getting us more on that. Mandy, as I was asking you earlier, you've been there inside the court. You've been closely monitoring the developments and the proceedings. What does this latest statement, this latest claim by Vijay Mallya really tell you?
In a way, it's more of the same. What is really interesting is that he has been avoiding speaking to the public. He's been pretty silent on social media, anything to do with the court case, beyond the 140 or so characters. So this is the first time he's really made a statement about how he feels about the court case. He has always claimed, certainly in court, that he has always tried to settle his loans, that he never meant to be a defaulter, that these loans were taken in good faith, but then there was the financial and global crisis, and those were the factors. He's always claimed that he couldn't pay, but he said he was always willing to pay, and that's always been his defense. What's interesting is the timing of this open letter, if you will, to the Prime Minister, really stating his side of it. His court case for extradition is still in the courts. Now, the next time he's due in court is in a couple of weeks, in July 13th. So that's where we're going to hear closing arguments from both sides.
Okay.
The judge won't necessarily make her decision, but it's unlikely that his decision to speak publicly will influence the outcome of the trial, but it certainly goes against his legal advice he's received so far. He has been purposely silent throughout the extradition process, but always claiming that he has been an innocent victim to a smear campaign.
And he has hinted at a witch hunt all along. Before I get in our chief business correspondent, Sumit Chaturvedi, onto the conversation as well, Mandy, if you can elaborate for our viewers what exactly Vijay Mallya has said in that statement, and has this statement been made through his lawyer on his behalf? How exactly has the statement come out in public domain?
Well, it has essentially been leaked. He hadn't given it to the public domain. I very much doubt that his lawyer would have approved. His lawyer is pretty standoffish. Her name's Claire Montague, and she makes a point of never really interacting or talking. She's pleasant enough, but she doesn't want it to be a trial by media. She has said so publicly, openly in court, that the decision for extradition and any other accusations that Vijay Mallya faces should be decided by the judge alone. The media can report it, but she certainly hasn't been engaging with the public, with the media. So I very much doubt that this was written by his lawyers. But certainly, Vijay has a big personality. It's been a long court case, and he has wanted to show that his side of the story. So it seems that this letter, he had sent it. It's unclear how it got leaked to the media, but certainly now it's in the public domain. Will it have an effect on his court case? That's unlikely, but the judge will likely be made aware that he has said his side of the story to the Indian government.
Let me also get in Sumit Chaturvedi, our chief business correspondent, for more on that. Sumit, it's not the first time that Vijay Mallya has hinted at a witch hunt, has made those claims that the authorities are out to get him. But this is an interesting claim that's coming in from him. How relevant and how credible do you think this claim really is, coming from a man who has escaped from the law?
Well, Molly, sometimes it looks like this is credible, but according to me, it's not credible, because it could be a ploy by Vijay Mallya to, attract the attention should be diverted from Indian courts to UK courts, and he is being seen as victim of, maybe bad circumstances. He actually, in a way, has empathized with the Kingfisher Airlines erstwhile employees as well, who couldn't get their salaries. So it could be a ploy from his side as well. About Vijay Mallya, as I have known him since years and years together, he can go to any extent to get things in his favor.
Right.
It could be his last-ditch effort also, so that things could go in his favor. He has now offered to pay back loans of the banks. But what was he doing all along those years when he was not, for the last 2.5 to 3 years, when he was actually, in a way, fighting the court cases? So in a way, it looks like the pressure has got to him now, and it could be a ploy to divert attention from courts now, and in UK also courts. Indian government is getting some sort of success, because he has failed to prove his point. So it could be his ploy, I would say.
All right. Is he feeling jittery? Is he feeling the pressure as the law catches up? Is the immediate question that arises here as well. We're going to leave it there for the moment, though. Sumit Chaturvedi and Mandy Clark, appreciate very much both of you joining us on that breaking development. We'll, of course, keep a close eye on the latest coming in on that front.